Title: When You Said You Didn't Love Me. Sometimes, the words that hurt the most are the ones that should never have been said. And sometimes, the truest love is the one that is born after the greatest mistake. The phrase that changed everything. Nicole and Walter had been together for 5 years. They met at university, built a life together, shared a small house on the outskirts of Seattle, and they dreamed of opening a cafe. Everything seemed stable. Until that night, an argument about nothing: dirty clothes, tiredness, work stress ended with the phrase that Nicole never forgot. Aria. Maybe I don't love you anymore, said Walter, without thinking, and silence fell. Nicole packed a suitcase. She didn't cry, she didn't scream, she just left. Two separate lives. During the following for months, Nicole took refuge in her sister's house in Portland, while Walter continued with his routine, immersed in emptiness. She got a temporary job at a flower shop, something she never thought she would, Aria, but that gave him peace. He began to write in a diary, to paint, to rebuild himself. Walter, on the other hand, went to work, came back, and looked at old photos on his cell phone. Everything reminded him of her, the cup that he used every morning, the blue dress that he loved, the song that they always sang in the kitchen. His friends told him to get over it, but he knew that he had made the worst mistake of his life. The unexpected reunion. Nicole's best friend was getting married. Walter was also because at one time they were all part of the same circle. When he saw her, dressed in green, smiling, with shorter hair, felt her heart break again. Hello, he said, approaching. Hello, she replied, without emotion. Can we talk? Nicole looked at him. She hesitated. He felt. They moved away to the event garden. The background music, the soft lights, and the silence between them. Not a single day goes by without me regretting what I said, Walter whispered. Nicole swallowed saliva. Lever. Did you say that because you felt it? Or because you wanted to hurt me? Neither. I said it because I was a coward. A love that doesn't die so easily. That night did not end in reconciliation, but to a gap opened between them. A bridge. They began to talk again. Sporadic messages. Short calls. A coffee that lasted 3 hours. Nicole confessed that she had begun to study floral design. He liked that quiet life, far from the noise. Walter told him about the cafe he still dreamed of opening, and that the name remained the same. Nico, Waltz, even though she was no longer there. Why? What, you didn't change it? She asked. Because I can't imagine it without you. The second opportunity. One rainy afternoon, Walter waited for her in front of the flower shop. In his hands he had a pot with a souls. Wet, trembling, and with a note. I lost you once, but if you give me just one day, I will remind you of everything we are. And if you give me a week, maybe you can love me again. Nicole looked at it. His heart trembled. He wanted to tell him no, that it was too late. But instead he kissed him. Slowly, fearfully, but also with hope. Again, They saw each other again, to walk together again. To hull blah of wounds and dreams. This time with more truth, less idealism, but with double the love. Walter sold his car, quit his job, and bet everything on opening his coffee shop. Nicole filled the place with flowers. He cooked, she decorated. And every morning, he looked at her as if it were the first time. A year later, in that same cafe, with a bouquet of sunflowers on the bar, Walter knelt. Can I say I love you now? Only if you promise never to stop saying it to me, Nicole replied.